Ask the Messengers, the program that deals with substance abuse, real people telling real stories. Where there is addiction, there is a chance for recovery. We're trying to help save lives on Ask the Messengers.
Hi, I'm Tyra Banks. Now, take it from me, I have been on both sides of the fence. At 9 years old, I was a bully. I was the mean girl. Oh, you can't hang out with us. I was that kind of girl. They used to say that type of stuff. Then at 11 years old, I lost a lot of weight, grew a lot of inches in only 3 months, and I became the one that was bullied, the victim. So I got to feel the type of pain that I was inflicting on other girls when I was younger. Bullying is not right. It's not good. It's serious business, and nobody should feel the pain of bullying.
Today on Ask the Messengers, our focus is bullying. Bullying statistics show that 1 out of every 4 kids will be bullied sometime throughout their adolescence. In this episode, we bring you another author's series with Kimberly Mallory. Kimberly's guests are Kingston and Caprice Williams, who are mother and son, who have both written books about their encounters with bullies and many other situations that have happened in their lives. Ask the Messengers begins now.
My name is Kimberly Mallory, and I'm going to be your host today for our author series. And guess what? We have 2 amazing published authors with us today. We have with us Caprice, which is the mom, and Kingston, which is the son. 2 published authors, mother and son. So first, Caprice, let's go to you. Let's talk a little bit about your book. Now, your book is All My Life I Had to Fight. Wow, what an amazing title. All My Life I Had to Fight. You know, as I read through your book is an autobiography, and it's about love, illness, friendship, family, and bullies. And speaking of bullies, that's what your son's title book is, The Bully. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your book, All My Life I Had to Fight, Caprice. Tell us a little bit about why you wrote this book.
Forever, people have told me I needed to write a book about my life. I've been through so much as a young person and conquered and endured so many things until I just wanted to write about it and tell the world my story.
All right, awesome. And that's what inspired you to write your book, because you just really wanted to tell the world about it?
Yes, people would ask me all the time, Caprice, why won't you write a book about what you've been through? You can help other people, and especially young teenagers who are in high school. You can help them as far as with bullying and completing high school and going on and getting your education. So that's a lot of the reasons why I wrote the book, to try to inspire other people.
That is so awesome. Now, as I read through your book, you did also mention, you said, many times I tried to write my own eulogy. Can you elaborate on why you wanted to write your own eulogy?
Because I used to get bullied so much and so often as a teenager. It started to affect me as I got older and once I had children, and depression set in. I would be sad a lot of the times. My kids wouldn't know, but I would go in my room and I would have my crying spell. And so I got to a point where so many things started happening to me. My health started failing a little bit. And I felt like I didn't want to be here anymore. But I knew nobody could tell my story how I could tell my story. So I wanted to write my own.
That's right, because nobody could tell a story like your own. Because guess what? Your story is your story. So, okay, so Sir Kingston, when you wrote your book, you were 13 years old. And that is so amazing. And we just want to applaud you because you stepped up and decided you wanted to write a book, which is called The Bully. Can you tell us a little bit about why at the age of 13 you wanted to write a book titled The Bully?
Actually, I first started writing my book at 9. I was young. And I was going through things at school and just people were bullying me and making fun of me, picking on me. And eventually I got over that and I started getting stronger and expressing myself. So I wanted to express to the world that bullying isn't right. It is real. And that people actually go through bullying and actually get picked up.
Wow, that is so amazing and so well spoken. So, do you have in your horizon, Mr. Kingston, that you want to write a book too?
Yes. Actually, in the end of my first book, I said I was going to write another book, but I've decided I don't want to write about that particular topic anymore. I want to write more about racism and discrimination because that's now what I'm going through at school, and people picking on me because of the color of my skin, and teachers downgrading on us like our skin and who we are because we're different, and that's not right.
Yes. Well, that's awesome. That is really amazing that you want to write a second book about, how you feel and the things that are really real in this world. I really commend you for that. So what I want you to do, Kingston, look into the camera and tell a person that is being bullied or may have been being bullied, look into that camera and give them some words of encouragement.
Don't give up. Your dreams is all you have. Just keep pushing forward and you'll get through it. Talk to someone, get help, because someone is there for you. Someone will be there for you, and you will make it through.
That is awesome. Now back to you. Now, Miss Caprice, do you plan on writing another book?
I've written 2 so far, and I do want to write a third one. And I've been thinking about love a lot, so it might be a love story in the making.
Okay. Now that is so awesome. Now, what I want you to do as well, look into that camera. And your book is All My Life I Had to Fight. Tell us and tell the audience some words of encouragement.
For my teenagers, like Kingston said, if you are going through something and you need to talk to somebody, reach out. Don't hold it in. Don't try to take care of it yourself. No man is an island. Everybody needs somebody. So you reach out and you get the help that you need. For the adults, we go through things too in our lives and we think we can handle things. It's okay to seek out and get counseling and talk to other people and just trying to release some of that pressure that's inside of you. So it's okay to communicate with someone that's a professional that can help you move through that space you're in. So get help.
That is so good. That's really good information to give people because a lot of times people are embarrassed to go get help from therapists or counseling, but we need that. That's why they're here. Get your copy of All My Life I Had to Fight by Caprice Williams, available now on Amazon.
Virginia and I met in middle school. Our relationship was basically, she was someone that I picked on. I was a bully to Virginia.
So my first encounter with bullying, I guess with her, probably was around 5th grade.
I think I said nasty things about how much she weighed.
The kids that I went to school with in elementary and middle school, we all lived in the same neighborhood. So I wouldn't come outside most of the time because most of the kids that, kind of were mean to me lived in my neighborhood. I can't say that I really had any friends back then.
I don't think that I even had any problem with the way you looked or your weight at all.
Why didn't you stop?
I was being bullied, and so I knew it was wrong, I didn't want that done to me, but yet I turned around and was doing it to other people.
It's not you. I mean, it wasn't just you. So I'm not gonna sit here and give you all of that.
Did you ever feel like when you're being bullied that you wanted to take your own life?
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely a thought. This is probably the first time I've ever said it out loud. Well, probably the second time I've ever said it out loud, but yeah, I can't say that I hadn't thought about it. It's such a sad thing to think about. Wait, you said you thought about this too?
Yes. Just short answer, yes.
I was insecure for a long time about my weight, about my appearance, about the way I dress. It took a long time for me to kind of like me.
The more I'm listening to you, the more I feel like, yeah, we had a lot in common.
It take a lot for me to really hate you. I didn't feel like I hated you then. I don't feel like I hate you now. And it took a long time for me to say, even though I haven't said it to you, that I forgive you guys for that. It was a lot to deal with. It's okay. It was a lot to deal with, and I just wanted to move on from it. I've never actually had something like that happen to me before.
I definitely did not expect for Virginia and I to have so much in common.
It felt good just to kind of close a sort of chapter in my life that was like pretty sucky. I know, it's okay.
Even if you didn't let me, I was gonna hug you.
Oh my God, no.
Yes.
Caprice, I just want to ask you, as a mother, how did you react when you found out that your son Kingston was being bullied? Or did you even know that he was being bullied?
Miss Kimberly, I had no clue that my son was being bullied. I didn't see the change in him. I didn't notice the change in him. And when I was actually writing my book, he kept asking me, Mom, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm writing a book. About what? I said, about my life. So then he said, I want to write a book. And I said, okay. I gave him a pencil and paper, tried to make him go sit in the corner. And long story short, he said, what should I write about? I said, write about something that's going on in the world that's really affecting people. So then he came up with the title Bullying. And he said, Mom, did you know that I was being bullied? And I was like, no, what happened? Tell me. Why didn't you tell me? I could have did something about it. And he was saying that the students, the kids at school bullied him because he was different. He acted different than the kids in the school. So at the time, the school was not as diverse as it should be. It is as it is now. It was not as diverse then. And so he was going through a lot and I had no idea. So I had no way of helping my baby at all. And this book opened up a lot of things for him and the floodgate of our dialogue, communicating with one another as mom and son. And so from that point on, I kind of stayed on it and would ask him questions all the time and made sure that he was okay.
Kingston, let me ask you. So why didn't you tell your mother you were being bullied? Were you ashamed? And, if you just think about it today with the virtual world, the way that it is, now, through internet, people are being bullied. Online, people are being bullied. Even playing these video games, people are being bullied. Adults are bullying and being bullied. So can you just tell us what made you not tell your mom until she was writing a book that you were being bullied? Were you ashamed, afraid? Let us know.
At first, when I was being bullied, I thought they were my friends and they were just picking on me and they're all calling me, just making jokes. And eventually it just got worse. Like one day in the second grade, they threw my shoes in the toilet. So eventually it just got bad and I just realized that this isn't right and that they're actually not my friends and they're not just making fun, picking. And parents, there's a change. You will notice a change in your kids if they're being bullied or picked on or talked about. They'll become more distant and will talk less and just be like, as a young kid, I was smiling and always happy, but eventually the energy just comes down. And
how come you didn't tell me that you were being bullied?
Because I didn't think I was being bullied. I didn't realize what bullying was. They didn't teach that in schools. They never did. They never taught about when people make fun of you. But now they have this thing called okay to say, and they're really getting better in the school districts now with helping.
In a high school, actually I take it back, middle school, there's a kid, me and my friends, and bullied poor white kid. He was chubby. And that's even the wrong term to use. He was overweight. And he wore glasses. And he was a white kid. And we were picking on him, plucking his ears and everything. I'm 38 now. And I look back at that. I'm so sorry, man. Bro, if you see this video, I apologize to you. Hope your life is blessed and full of blessings, man. People who bully. I was one. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
I was 12 years old.
I was 13 years old when I was bullied. It was pretty much directly face-to-face verbal contact.
Some person that I don't know slammed my head into the locker and called me a chink. And they just walked away.
I was dealing with a lot of, acne problems. This guy, he would just call me pizza face in front of people. And this kid turned around to me with a Sharpie marker and for all the classmates to hear, and it said, "Hey, Zach, bend over. I want to play connect the dots with your face."
I was so embarrassed when it happened. Bullies made me feel so bad about my ethnicity. Like, I really did internalize that.
You just have this fear in middle school, in high school, that you're going to be called that for the rest of your life. I realized that that's not who I am. I haven't been that since I was, 13, 14 years old.
No matter what people think, I can accomplish anything that I want. I was doing great things. I had great friends, a great family.
That word does not define me. It never did define me. I'm so much more as a person.
I could be whoever I wanted to be, and I was extremely proud of being Asian. There's gonna be a time where you realize that the thing that people target you for is actually your greatest asset.
If you be yourself and you grow up to be who you want to be, you're gonna be a great person no matter what.
You are so much more than any of the words that anyone could say to you.
Kingston, let me ask you this question. If you had a chance to talk to those guys that were bullying you today, what would you say to them?
Actually, one of the bullies that were making fun of me, I'm actually friends with them now, and they've changed a lot. And what I would say is that you shouldn't do that to people, because it could force people to want to hurt themselves, and it really hurts. Like, it really hurts. People say words don't hurt you, but they do. I would tell them that was a long time ago. It was the past, but it was still wrong, and you shouldn't do it now.
Okay, good. So did you tell the person that is now your friend, did you tell him how it made you feel for him to be bullying you? Was he aware that he was even bullying you?
Probably wasn't aware because we were younger, but I feel like he knew what he was doing and he knew what he was saying. And he still makes snarky little comments, like jokes, but people need to be aware that slurs and things you say actually matter. And I would tell him that just watch what you say and what you do to people, because if someone did that to you, you wouldn't like it either.
I just say I was also bullied as a kid, and oh my gosh, I fought so much. I was in school more than I was out of school. And the one thing I would want to know is just why? Why? What did I do? Why did I deserve that? Why did you bully me and beat me up? Why? And I would tell them they kind of ruined my life, but I was able to get back on track. But they did. They ruined my life.
Like your son said, words matter, but they didn't ruin your life, because look at you today. You're a strong woman. You're raising a strong young man. So no, they did not ruin your life, because what happened to you in your past made you the woman that you are today. So actually, they did you a favor. So I say to the bullies, words do matter. So I thank you all both so much for your words of encouragement. I thank you both for being a guest with me today on Ask the Messenger TV show. And we just appreciate you being here, and keep staying strong. Get your copy of The Bully by Kingston Nevins, a 9-year-old that wrote his first book and published It's available now on Amazon.
Well, that concludes this week's episode of the Ask the Messengers TV show. We hope something you heard today helped you in some way to understand addiction and to give anyone struggling the desire to surrender and seek help. If you or someone you know is experiencing anything that seems to be too hard to handle, please know there is a way out and don't hesitate or be afraid to seek help. Until next time, may you seek a power greater than yourself so that you too can turn your mess into a message that will help save lives. Continue to stay safe and most importantly, be kind and love one another.
Won't you help us to do exactly what our motto is, and that is to help save lives? Won't you send a generous donation to the information there on the screen? We would love to have you as part of our partnership to help save lives. You may not be able to go out in the street, you may not be able to come here to the show, but you can send your donation that helps us save lives.